Two Tony APs, looking like Weezy. Haven't seen
Cleveland, shout out I'm bleeding. I told on Big like Bieber, she ain't believe me. The swag episode of 1 a.m. pod, man. How the fellas doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Living life, can't complain. It's been hot as heck. Man, the global warming is crazy, man. We should listen to Greta. But but yeah, man, it's surviving. How you doing, Jelani?
I'm feeling very, very swaggy today. I feel like a Canadian white man at this very moment. It's just the environment that I'm in right now. So, shout out to. I feel like we predicted the Justin Bieber album because we did our list of our favorite Canadians a few weeks ago. So we might have, you know what I mean? We might have inspired him to drop this album.
It threw me off, bro, because the way he was acting and then changing his Instagram name to Little Bieber and then bringing Lil B in the studio, I did not expect the album to sound like that. Yeah, it just threw me off. Even seeing the features, like I just did not expect the album. The only song that didn't sound like a Justin Bieber song was the Cash Cobain joint. It sounded like a Cash Cobain song.
I will say, not just because Drewski said it on the album, but it really did have a lot of like that R&B kind of soul type of vibe to it. Kyle listened to a lot of the listening to it, and I was like, man, the instrumentals for it is kind of remnant of kind of like some 90s R&B or something like that. It was very low-key soulful, just a hit beat selection. But on just a few of the tracks. I ain't gonna say all of it. But yeah, I liked it. I definitely enjoyed it. Me and Rashad had kind of spoke about this earlier about Sexy Red. And man, she is by far the most basic poppin' rapper I've ever heard. She, I like what she does in certain aspects, but man, it's just when she hops on songs that actually should have some substance, she don't say nothing. She don't say nothing. Always be the most vulgar stuff. It was like that Sweet Spot song was such a cool vibe, man. And then she come in with what she said. I ain't gonna say it because we ain't at the mark yet, but yeah, it was. I don't know. I rock with Sexy Red, but at the same time, man, we need to limit her. She don't need to be on some of these.
You're talking about Sexy Red like she's drugs in the black community.
Man, I ain't gonna say that, but I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not.
She was implemented by the CIA.
Hey man, if you wanted to tear down the black community, I would definitely throw her out there. But
shout out to Ronald Reagan. But yeah, I think I still haven't listened to the full album yet, honestly. I heard the first song was fire. I heard that, and I kind of skimmed through it a little bit. I really just been on that Clips album for real for right now. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna sit down and listen to it front to back. The first song that I heard was fire though.
One thing I wanted to tell Mo was like, that's Bieber's bag. Like the soulful, like R&B 90s, like that's his bag. Like he did a whole thing of that for like 3 years from 2013-ish to like 2016, 2017. Just like that old school R&B. Like one of my favorite Bieber songs is okay, that's another one. I got a couple like just like deep cut Bieber songs from like the mid 2010s. That's just like exactly that. But one of them is "Love Me Like You Do." Zendaya danced to it. She did a dance video to it on YouTube in like 2012, and I was like, "This Justin Bieber, like this hard." And then but he got another one on a mixtape. Like it's a random mixtape of like assortment of songs. I don't know what it like. It was something from Dat Piff, bro. And it was like I don't know, but it had that doom 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 type of bounce to it, doing like some like Brandy, you know what I'm saying, kind of 90s, like you said, bedroom type of R&B sound or whatever. Like I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like it was cool. And so Bieber went right back to that. Obviously I think he walked away from it with Benny Blanco for a couple of years to get back in his pop bag and make money. And he took a hiatus the last 7 years, found God, came back. The thing that like Mo said, that ruined that the sexy verse and Drewski skits, the vulgarity of it, the uncensorship of it, it threw me off because the rest of the album was so clean. Like it's like he's using gospel, he's using choirs, he's talking about God, he's talking about praise and worship and people judging him and coming back and bouncing back and stuff. And it's like, okay, this is a beautiful album. It's not a Christian album, he's talking about worldly things, but he's doing it in a tasteful way that's clean. And then Drewski comes in and MF, and I'm like, oh man, it threw me off. And then he said the coon out stuff, and you might be black for real. Just no, you're not black if you know rap songs. You're not black if you know every word to a rap verse. You're not black if you can dance. You're not black if you I don't know, whatever the case might be, bro. You're not black. If you're not black, you're not black. It just is. You're not black if you have a black stepfather. You're not black if you have a black stepmom and you were adopted by a black family. You're not black if you went to Morehouse or an HBCU. You're white. If you're white, you're white. And so when Drewski said that, I was like, bro, that just set the black community back like another 5 years. I won't say 10 years because I feel like that's a bit dramatic. So I'll say 5 years.
I mean, I don't think nobody really gonna see Justin Bieber as a black person. Like the black community does rock with Justin Bieber, but we're not finna just start giving people who just look like Justin Bieber a pass. Like we're not gonna, if Justin Bieber got on the internet tomorrow and said the N-word, we're not gonna be like, but it's Bieber. I mean, some people might.
You mean again?
I mean, he did say it before. That was, at some point you gotta, he was a kid. But at the same time, I'm saying if he was to say it now, today, and just be like on some, yo, like, what's up, my N-words? I just got this new album that dropped, that people would cancel him. We wouldn't be like, nah, like, we finna just let it rock.
The whole rollout, it felt like that's what he said.
I don't know about all that. Yeah.
I mean, the first time he did it, he was like, he was like a little kid or whatever. I mean, he wasn't like a little kid. He was like a middle school teenager or whatever. That also was like a different era, though. I feel like the idea of a white person saying the N-word back then was like, I'm not saying it wasn't cool, but it wasn't. People wasn't as I don't like using the word woke because I hate what that word has become. But people wasn't as progressive back then as they are now. So now if he said it, it'd probably be some people that wouldn't mess with it. But like, also you got people who they do be on that coon time, and it's like, oh, he one of us, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I remember being at this was like the 2017 finals. I might have told the story on here. I remember being at my friend's, he was in an apartment, and he had a roommate. It was a white roommate, and we watching the game, and like his white friend he's casually dropping the N-word, like he's like, but not in a racist way. He's like, yo, that nigga hooping right now, like he doing this thing. Like by the third time, it was just kind of like, hey, bro, like But at the same time, I can't say nothing because I'm in this man's apartment, so it got kind of awkward after a certain point, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to white people saying the N-word. No, I'm joking.
Yo, I gotta.
Don't even say it. Don't say
Run, nigga. Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?
Don't even say it. Don't say
Run, nigga.
That is a crazy joke.
Yeah. I mean, that was back in the day. I mean, at some point, some people grow up. I mean, I'm not going to hold that against them forever.
No, this was low-key like damn near 20 years ago, almost.
Yeah. So, but yo, I got a funny story. This is the thing. It's the same time, Rashad. We get it. We get it.
All right, having two different videos is kind of crazy though.
I mean, I guess what you want to start the protest to cancel him, Rashad?
It ain't no protest to cancel him. It's just like he was using the N-word with the hard R, like in a racist way. Like it wasn't like oh, that's my N-word with an A at the end. Like it wasn't like once upon a time all of us was in change. Homie said it wasn't you weren't singing a song. Like he was just straight up using it in a racist way. And this entire rollout reminds me of him just saying, hey, in words, here y'all go, I'm black, whatever. And black people eating it up. I'm not going for it, especially with Drewski saying, you black, you might just be black. And he said, thank you. Nah, bro, I'm not going.
Man,
bro.
I don't know if it's all that. Like the rollout didn't give that to me. The rollout just gave, I think he gravitates to black culture because he does enjoy it more. And I think he feels it might be one of those things where he feels he fits in more with people of black culture more often than not. And I think that's where with this album, he felt like I'm going to be more authentic and have fun with people that I genuinely have fun with. I think that boy smokes backwoods. Like, how many white people just sitting there smoking backwoods for real? Like he liked to smoke backwoods. He liked to sit there and have fun. So I think that's where he was like, I'm finna just be unapologetically myself and enjoy the things that I enjoy, as opposed to just sitting there and having to be this polished version of myself that I've kind of had to be for so long. Because I think that's the part in there where Drewski was talking about how people act like you're not a human, like how he got to be this perfect image, right? That's why I'm like, I don't really know what we expect of him. Like, what is he supposed to be? Like, we want him to be, Justin Bieber from Baby Forever, but if he doesn't feel that way, we just gotta tell him like, nah, we don't care. Like, so that's where I kind of like, I feel you to an extent, but I think he is just being unapologetically himself. And himself is, these are the things that he enjoys. Because you can see a lot of times he's having a genuine smile on his face when he's kicking it and doing this stuff with these people. Like hopping on the song with SZA, being on stage with SZA. Doing a little too much with kissing her hand and all that. But at the same time, I think he's just like, this is where I feel the most comfortable. And it ain't no telling at this point, like, I think white fans definitely still enjoy him, but I don't know where he sits at in the white community of celebrities. You're still Justin Bieber, and yeah, you date Haley Baldwin, but at the same time, I don't really see him kicking it with none of the other white celebrities, but most of them, they feel like they got to be more polished. So, I mean, I don't know.
Justin Bieber was peeing in the bucket in like 2015. Like, I mean, I don't like it's, what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. My thing is, it's cool. Like, I think you can do it in a tasteful way. Like Paige Beckers, she does it in a tasteful way. Like, Paige ain't walking around, oh, I'm black. I'm like, Paige don't do that. It's like black people that's like, you know what, white girl, you cool with us. And then she just like, ha, 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 kind of laughs it off and then gives black people their props when it's time to give them their props. Justin Bieber type, you tell him he black and he take it and run to the bank with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's, I don't know, bro. I feel like it's ways that you could do things because, like I said, he had his whole R&B era and stuff like that in the mid 2010s. He was hanging out with Lil Twist all the time, and then he abandoned it. And then it was like, oh, I'm getting right with God, this and that. Ooh. I'm like, watch me, make me white and stuff like that. And then it's like he kind of put his whiteness with his Christianity and getting right and walking away from sin. And now that he's kind of wilding out again, it's kind of like, going back to hanging out with black people and stuff. It's little things that I see that I'm like, bro, you can't trick me, bro. Like that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think he's trying to trick nobody though. That's what I'm saying. I think during that time, everybody was talking about how Justin Bieber wilding. Justin Bieber, you're doing too much. And so from there, he was, let me clean up my image. And I do think he still has that walk with God, but he's not perfect. And I think, as I said, this is him being himself. These are the things that he genuinely enjoys. That's why I don't think he's trying to put on a front. He's not trying to do this to gain no brownie points. I think these are the things that he genuinely enjoys. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it'd be different if, I don't know, it'd be different if I felt like he was trying to pander, but I don't feel like he's trying to pander. I think he's genuinely just being himself. These are the things that he enjoys doing. You know, Sexy Red has a fun energy. He enjoys being around Sexy Red. I think he genuinely has fun just kicking it. So I don't know. I don't think it's, and I get you that, like, yeah, he went from, he was wilding and then he was with little twists and all them all the time. It's like, it seemed like, oh man, Justin Bieber going down a bad road. Then he gave his life over to God. And I say he's still on that walk with God, because you can hear his influence with kind of trying to have somewhat of a gospel sound and gospel songs in there throughout the album. Like he has songs that still giving glory to God, but at the same time, he's still making music that is authentically what he feels. I don't think he got to be baby Justin Bieber forever. That's what I'm getting at. I don't think the Benny Blanco stuff, I think, yeah, that was cool. Like, he went back to that. He went to that so he can get back in that bag, because probably management and, you know, the world was telling him this is where you should be. But then he was like, this ain't where I enjoy. This ain't what I really want to be on. As I said, this man smoked backwoods. How many white people you know smoke backwoods? Like, Jelani, do you know any white people that just sit there and roll up a backwood, or are they smoking joints?
Well, I think people forget Justin Bieber used to sip activists back in the day too.
I'm like, that boy, he been on this stuff. And I think him trying to be unauthentic to himself was him going to the Benny Blanco and all that stuff. And then now, what was you gonna say? And now, you know, my boy just said, forget it. I'm gonna do what I feel at this point, man. Make the music I want.
I think what would have made it authentic to me, first of all, he should have took that Drewski thing out. First of all, should have took that out. I think you might be black. I think just take it out, bro. Second, I think Lil Twist should have been a part of this some way, somehow.
What?
If you had Lil Twist involved, I would have been like, oh, okay, he going back, like, I'm connecting with my roots. Like, this is who I really am. This is my people I came up with. Like, I've been on this my day ones, you know, reunion with Lil Twist. He grabbed Lil B out of nowhere. He never knew Lil B. This is the first time he ever linked up with Lil B and reached out to Lil B.
So you know for a fact they never met a day in their life before this?
Yes. Because this is the first time Lil B was post. Lil B posts everything. He posts everybody that messaged him that's famous. He posts everybody that all his interactions with famous people. This is the first time when he was out with Bieber in the studio. He posted them pictures. I said, this is the first time I seen Bieber with them. And what did Bieber post when he posted his pictures with Lil B in the studio? Justin Bieber by Lil, that 15, 16-year-old song. So I'm like, okay, this is the first time folks been with each other, bro.
I guess, bro. I don't know. That's a reach, because you don't know where people. They both are in California. They're both in LA. I'm sure they've ran into each other at least once. Like, I'm almost positive. LA isn't that big, bro. The circles ain't that large, so I'm sure they've ran into each other at least once before.
Have either one of you contemplated that Justin Bieber might be transracial?
Nah, it hasn't hit my mind, but that's a good point. You know, we gotta give him his rights.
I just think about the fact that he basically got adopted by Usher when he was like 13, 14. So I imagine Usher had him listening to a bunch of like 70s, 80s, 90s R&B, like putting him up on game, and I think that's probably where his love of R&B come from, just from that right there. Also, like this is something I looked up. So like 2004, because he around the same age as us. Like 2004 is just like the mid 2000s in general. But 2004 in particular, that's the only year where the number one song on the Billboard Hot 100, every song was made by a black artist. Like, and we kind of grew up around that time, just in like the 2000s in general. Like R&B albums, we talked about this before, but R&B albums don't really sell crazy records like that anymore. So probably his love of R&B probably come from that era of like growing up in the 2000s. You know, as far as like his sound, I want to say that probably is his true sound. But at the same time, it's like, have you noticed like white people when they reach a certain age, like it's like they go one way or another. Like they either lean into the fact that they love rap music and they stay with it, or it's like they treat it like a toy and just kind of drop it. And like they kind of like what Travis Kelce did. Like Travis Kelce just out of nowhere, it was just like, yeah, I'm done being black. I always kind of found that fascinating, how they can just one day just be like, I'm done with black culture now.
No, facts. That is a fact. Either you go Justin Bieber or you go Miley Cyrus.
Literally. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, facts. I mean, like I said, bro, like Bieber has been on this, like the sound and everything. It's just like the way he was kind of presenting himself during the rollout, post rollout, changing his name to Little Bieber. And then, like I say, everything would have been cool with me. I'm not even gonna lie. If he didn't keep in Juicy saying you might just be black with this soulful stuff, like, and then he said, thank you. Oh, you want to roll the backwoods or black tip? That he said, oh, no, thank you. And it was just like that. That was just like, I don't know, bro. Felt like he just like, I don't know, just went all the way kind of like black, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing wrong with that for me, but I just feel like if you're going to do that, bro, you got to really be with black people, bro. Like, I'm not with I'm doing the black people when it's fun to be black because black people are fun. We have the most fun in the world, right? I'm just not with that. I'm going with the black people to have fun. And then I'm going back to my whiteness when it's convenient. Like, I just can't go. I can't go.
I mean, when has he done that?
He goes when he disappears. When he disappears, he goes into the whiteness. When he need to go into his pop bag, when he need to get some numbers up, when he need to, sell some tickets, when he need to go on tour, like he uses white privilege and he uses his white pop presented image and everything like that. He'll go white and the comfortable stuff real quick. And then when he does that, it's you got to drop Lil Twist. When they told him you got to stop hanging around Lil Twist, what do? He stopped hanging around Lil Twist. It's just stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that I'm looking at like
I mean, Lil Wayne dropped Lil Twist. Like, let's not
Lil Wayne is with Lil Twist right now.
You said what?
Lil Wayne is with Lil Twist right now.
Where?
Watch this. Lil Wayne with Lil Twist right now, bro.
Yeah, they're performing at the Cobb County Civic Center next week.
Shout out Lil Twist.
Bro. No, he still rolls with Wayne. They're cool. He's just not on. I don't even know if Young Money. Well, I think it's still a label, but it's not obviously what it used to be.
They had the new Young Money. They presented them the other.
Wait, hold on. Can we take a time to shout out like some of the more random rappers from Young Money around that time? Because I feel like everybody always talks about the obvious ones like Drake, Nicki, even like Tyga, but like. Can we show some love to like Lil Chucky? Can we show some love to Chanel?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chanel. Shout out Lil Chucky.
Who's Kevin Rudolph?
I was about to say, all you got to do for real is just sing the song.
Jay Shine.
Lil Twist, Tiger.
Baby, are you down?
Hey, Chanel.
Yeah. Shout out to the Young Money Junior Varsity team.
I can make a barrel. and Drake brought a lot of them out at OVO Fest the other year.
Oh, for real?
I think that was like the last OVO Fest. Oh, he just released a song with Trevor Jackson. Shout out Lil Twist.
Speaking of OVO Fest, did you guys watch? I didn't see too much of it, but you watched his wireless performance.
Yeah,
I watched night 2.
I watched 2 and 3.
How was it?
It was pretty good. Night 2 was pretty lit. He brought out a lot of UK rappers. That part was kind of like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, but overall the performance was really good. He brought out Yeet, he brought out Lotto, brought out 21, brought out Sexy Red, and yeah, it was just more of a turn like set list. Day 3 was more like kind of vibing. You know, he didn't perform as many songs, and it was just more. You know, he was even saying like today, like tonight, I want this just to be like a party. You know, we all finna just kick it and we finna just party. I'm finna play. You know, I'm finna do a few songs and let's just all enjoy. So yeah, it was good though. I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have saw night 1. Night 1 seemed pretty dope. He brought out Mario, brought out Bryson Tiller, Giveon. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, night 1 was R&B night. Night 2 was the turn up rap night, and then night 3 was the international night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy that he could do that. No Drake glaze. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it is as a Drake. It's been crazy. Like, not to. I swear we're not going to make this some Drake and Kendrick discussion, but it has been crazy. Like the last year of, like, people really can't fathom the concept of like being a Drake and a Kendrick fan. Like, so they really treat it like it's the blood and Crips, where you got to really. It's almost like it's frowned upon to enjoy both artists.
Right. No, that's a fact. No, and I definitely it's interesting because I still very much enjoy Kendrick music, and you know, and I wish I would have seen him on tour, but you know, it is these days they do make it very divisive, you know, and you know, and you see in the comments, you know, these days how the comments are just so, or just dialogue is it's so, I don't know. I don't enjoy this new hater generation. Everybody just love to hate. You know, hate on somebody else and be like, nah, this is trying. And it's, you know, I think it just enjoy it. And it even goes with like the Kendrick fans with Drake and the Drake's fans with Kendrick. It's like, man, like, why can't we just enjoy good music? Like Luther is a great song. Nokia is a great song. You know, like just throw them on. But yo, when I used to work at Planet Fitness, I used to hop on the little radio or whatever, and I used to be controlling the music, and I'll like go back and forth with the Drake and the Kendrick songs. Like I'll be sitting there making a little playlist where it'll go from Not Like Us into Family Matters. I'll be like, I want to see, you know, just try and get the people going.
I was about to say, did any fights break out?
Nah, you know, most people in the gym be having their headphones on, so I don't even think most people even caught what's going on. So I'll be sitting there just vibing myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they, because you know when you leave your headphones home when you do go to the gym, it's a terrible experience. But like luckily, you know what I mean, if they had you as a DJ, they would have some vibes going on.
Nah, facts. I know definitely a few times people were probably like, yo, what the hell is going on in here? Cause I used to have it lit. I ain't gonna hold you. But they had a lot of like artists blocked off, man. I couldn't even really get in my bag for real.
What you mean? They got like certain artists that you could choose from or that you can't choose from?
Yeah, like you for sure couldn't play no Lil Durk. For sure can't play no like Moneybagg. You couldn't play like Lil Baby, but you could play the songs that they're featured on with artists that are acceptable. So I would play the DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, and Lil Durk song, you know?
Okay.
Stuff like that. They actually they only had like maybe like 6 Kendrick songs you can really choose from for real. which was crazy. I was like, huh?
So would it be like humble, not like us?
Not like a Squabble Up. I want to say Luther.
Okay.
I can actually pull it up now. There's a little thing called Rockbot. Oh shit. Oh, actually, never mind. I'm too far away. It won't let me do it. But yeah, it'll be like that. I don't even know if they had Humble in there. Just to be honest, I think it was like DNA, Squabble Up, Not Like Us. I think maybe TV Off. Stuff like that. But yeah, it was like a solid like 6-7 songs that you could pick from with Kendrick.
I didn't even know it was set up like that. I thought you was just on the aux, just playing it off your phone. But they got an official playlist. That makes sense though, because when I worked at I had 2 retail jobs. So my second retail job that I ever had was at this it was at like this tool store or whatever. But they had the playlist where it would just be, because you got to think at a tool store, it's mostly like older white dudes coming in there, so it would just be like a bunch of Fleetwood Mac songs and things like that over and over. But after a while, you start to like some of the songs because you hear them so much.
Right.
Like some of them songs I still listen to. Like before, you remember the Mexican, I'm not saying that in a racist way, but the dude was Mexican, like the skateboarder that was drinking the cranberry juice. And then that Fleetwood Mac song went viral. I already knew that song back in like 2017 because I worked at that school and we played it all the time. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy that song went viral or whatever. But yeah, like shout out to
Have you seen Infinity Song's cover of that?
No, I haven't. My mom likes them though.
Shout out to Infinity Song. I'm about to pull it up right now. But yeah, man, like that stuff I don't know. I think that's why it's always important to have those experiences and everything like that, of like going to different places and being different, where so you can have that kind of just different how do you say it, exposure and different angles of things and all that.
Yo, real quick, I meant to bring this up while we was talking about the N-word segment.
Mhm.
Bruh, I don't know if I ever told you about this. Back when I was at Southern, my freshman year, I had the white.
Oh yeah. No. I remember. You told this story in the episode. I remember.
What about what?
It was a dude. He said the N-word, and you was like, that was the first time where you was like, it kind of occurred to you like you don't really want to hang around white people like that no more.
Oh nah, this was a different time. There was plenty of people that said the N-word while I was at Southern. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. We're playing Madden, bro, and it was me, my roommate, and then we had a dude staying on our couch, and me and my homeboy that stayed on the couch was black, and then my roommate was white. So we playing, and this is around the time that I think Vic played for the Eagles. So I'm going crazy with Vic. Like I'm really just kind of toying with him, running around in the backfield and stuff. And then and then we'll toss it up or whatever. Yo, I had juked him crazy this one time and then scored. Bruh, my roommate he was like this flipping nigga or something like that. Bro. Yo, it was so funny because he said it. I was just like, I paused the game immediately, and then me and my other homeboy it was just like, yo, and he was like, yo, I'm so sorry, Maurice. Like, nah, I didn't mean it. Like, nah,
I'm so sorry. What are you talking about? You don't mean it. Like, come on, man.
Bro,
y'all be thinking y'all so slick.
Bro, for real. It was so funny because it was in the moment I was like, bro, you about to get your ass beat. I'm not gonna lie. Because this was flagrant, bro. And he was just like, no, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, no, like, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah, you good, bro? Don't do that again. But for sure, we're done with this game. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to let it rock. But that same roommate got karma because one time we went to the bars and we're at the bars. I pull up with my other homeboy Dylan. Dylan is black, and well, he's light skinned, but like he mixed. But we pull up, and then my other two white roommates are in the bar, and then next thing you know, like some black dude, one of the black dudes come up to me and was just like, "Yo, hey man, you got to get your boy, man." I'm like, "What?" Like, bro, you got to get your roommate, bro. Like, they finna beat his ass, bro. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I guess he said something racist to somebody, blah blah, and I'm like, what? So then they end up all going outside. I go outside, and then I see it's literally a whole crowd of black dudes, and then my two white roommates. So I'm like, bruh, what is going on, bruh? So I'm trying to play peacemaker. I'm like, bruh, you know, I don't know what's going on. And like I'm talking to my roommate, they're like, bro, no, they just misunderstood me. Something I was like, man, I don't know, bro. And then so I was just like, yo, y'all chill. Like I'm thinking like, you know, cops gonna come. Let's just kind of chill out, y'all. Yo, one of them said, yo, Maurice, get out the way before we beat your ass too. I said, whoop. All right, y'all. Like, I ain't got nothing for you now. But then next thing you know, a dude come behind me, bro, before I even get a chance to get out the way, and then come in, get straight, pop my roommate, bro. He fell stiff to the ground, and yeah, then it just kind of from there we were kind of like, yo, like, cause it was like, all right, he kind of knocked out a little bit, so like he ended up gaining consciousness quickly, but it was like, yo, all right, y'all, like chill, you know, and then next thing my white roommates, they start tripping. They thought that I got those people to like beat them up, and it just turned into a whole thing. My boy Dylan, he ended up getting like his shirt ripped, like trying to help and stuff. And yeah, we get back to my apartment, and it was like they call like a meeting between only the people that lived in there, talking about, yo, Maurice, what you did back there was messed up, man. I'm like, what, bruh? Like the only reason y'all didn't get fully jumped was because of me right now. But yeah, you know, freshman year, man, you know, good times.
I never always wanted to, because I always heard things about Statesboro being like a great party school or whatever. I never made it down there though when we was like college age, but I definitely heard some wild stories about what was going on down there around that time.
Yeah, Statesboro. You know, I always tell people it was a very, very lit place until the beginning of my sophomore year, and then that's when like the kid died.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and after that happened, bro, that whole year, literally any function you went to, any bar you went to, it was getting raided. Like they was in there checking IDs, you know, all types of stuff, and it just became trash after that. And then they did a remodel of this one spot, this one bar that people used to go to. They used to have these like daiquiri Tuesdays, and you get like a daiquiri for like $1 or $2. If you pay $2, you get like a big daiquiri. For $1, it'll just be like a little small one, but still, you know. And bruh, man, they changed that place to the Plantation. Yeah, it was named the Plantation, bruh. And
what?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, y'all ODing now. Yeah, it's time for me to get up out of here. And yeah, but yeah, it was. You know,
was black people still going to that place after they renamed it? It was still black people going there?
None that I know.
Okay, that's good. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few people, you know, I'm gonna keep it above, few cute coons, you know, that want to kick it with them, you know. They definitely are probably in there, but it's just crazy, bro. Like looking back on that time, because as a black dude that wasn't part of, you know, especially, you know, being a black dude that didn't have no connection with any of the fraternities, you know, they had like a strict dress code on what you needed to wear and stuff. But then the fraternity dude come walking in T-shirt and whatever, shorties would have on, like the sorority girls would have oversized t-shirts with some running shorts on, while you sitting here pressing me about wearing a polo and some khakis. You know, it's crazy, man. But I mean, shoot, that was, you know, you'll be like, all right, this is what's popping tonight, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess let me go ahead and throw on this polo and these khakis. But yeah, man, crazy. My whole sense of fashion shifted after I left there. I remember, like, I barely had any jeans because it's just everybody wearing khakis and stuff. So I'm like, man, I came back to Atlanta. Man, I had to go cop me some blue jeans. Like, cop me some Vans. Had to change my whole little swag.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I was saying that was the era when we were still wearing, like, that was the last of the era when we was wearing like Sperry's and Polo dudes was wearing. You remember the Toms, the boat shoes,
Bruh.
Nasty. And then they had to knock off the Bobs. Crazy.
Facts.
I got the way that I retired my Sperry's was it was like I was an upperclassman at Georgia State. We was working at the newspaper because y'all know I love my Sperry because it's comfortable and I like something that's quick, comfortable, easy to get into, everything like that. So I'm wearing it in the office one day, and I said, "Oh, who did it? So and so like did it?" And she said, "Nah, douchebags who wear Sperry's." And I was like, I was just like, did she just diss me? Like, what's going on? And the craziest part is, after we first graduated, I caught up with everybody from the paper, text, how you doing, everything like that. We have a nice little text message exchanges, nothing too long, just checking in on people. Every time I hit her up, no response. And then I seen her out and I said, yo, you don't text me back. And she said, oh, my bad. Da, 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 da. And everybody else was like, oh, yeah, she texts me back all the time. And then, like, I realized, I was like, bro, why does she hate me? Like, where did this one-sided beef come from? Like, I don't know where it came from. Maybe it was because, like, I usually play DJ. So, like, maybe she was just tired of me always playing whatever I played. But I used to play, like, I'll play like 2000s Disney music sometimes just to like appease everybody, because she was like, finally, one time I played it. And so I just started playing that. But, it'll definitely be mixed in with some Broke Boy. Broke Boy is my favorite song at the time. That's still one of them ones. Jelani, I wanted to play this for you while you were gone. This is the Infinity song cover.
You say you want your freedom. Well, I keep you down.
That's your bag?
I mean, just because she's singing it, yes.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to chill out, my boy. All right.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah, chill out.
No,
Yeah,
one of them. I seen one of them go. She went like mini viral for a picture she had posted before.
Momo Boyd is one of them
Yeah.
ones, bro. She always go viral and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I tried.
My mom really liked their music though. She'd be playing them. Like,
Oh, Infinity song?
yeah, she.
You said that before you left, and I didn't know if you were talking about Fleetwood Mac or Infinity song.
Oh no, Infinity. Like my mom really be. I don't even know how she found, but yeah, she be playing their music like all the time.
Oh, this is when they had 5 siblings. She left to go solo.
Oh, that's crazy. The sibling on solo is very Michael Jackson-ish right there.
She released a solo single earlier this year, but she's still a part of the band, and they're about to go on tour again. I don't think they stopped in Louisiana, but they definitely go to Atlanta. And my boy, he said I put them on because I was just like, I interviewed them and then I kept talking about them in a bunch of stuff. So he said he checked them out, and that's what he'd be listening to outside of rap. And yeah, man, he excited to go to the show in October and things of that sort. But yeah, I tried it with Momo. She was not going.
That's crazy. Oh, you tried to shoot your shot?
Like, but I didn't do it like outright. It was just like, how you look to test the waters. Like you dip your hand in the water to see if it's cool or not before you jump in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like looking, because when you guys can make that eye contact, it's kind of like you good to go. Like I'll at least entertain it. She was doing the exact like she was like, oh nah, brother. I was like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
But are they still signing Beyonce?
Jay-Z. Yeah,
I mean, okay,
yeah, they Rock Nation.
Don't say that.
How y'all feel about Solange posting the little mini altar?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, so in the midst of all the Rock Nation conspiracy theories with Nicki Minaj going on rants and stuff like that, Solange once again posted her mini altar, and it's like the second time she's done it. She did it once in like 2019, and yeah, and now she posted one again, and she turned off the comments when she did it.
Hey man, that spiritual stuff be realer than what people say. Like, I'm not even super conspiracy theory type of dude, but I do know. I mean, I've seen examples of people. Like there was I remember some years back, it was on Twitter. There was this dude. He was kind of like mini viral. It was like early days of Black Twitter, like around the early 2010s or whatever. We ended up making fun of this girl or whatever, and she was one of those people who practices that stuff. And so back then, she used to she would say like, I'm gonna do these things, these rituals or whatever. And then maybe like a few years later, he ended up dying of it's like something random. It was like a stomach issue or something like that out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me really be like, it might be some validity to this a little bit. Cause she was, even after she passed, she was tweeting about it still.
I had a what you call, bro. I had a college classmate, and I had a little crush on her, so I would follow her like a little longer than I would most college classmates after we graduate or whatever. So I like see what she's doing from afar, and I really liked her. Like ironically, she was kind of doing like the Solange thing, but apparently she turned into like just fully embracing. She started calling herself a witch. She got like a YouTube channel where she was just like doing the card readings and stuff and working magic, and like she did a reading or whatever in her bathtub, and she had like all the little witch stuff, and she said, "Yes, I am a witch." Da, 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 da. Bro, this girl died, and like I was like, I didn't know why she died. Like, so so I did my little tribute and stuff. Because folks told me she died. I said, no, I did the whole black thing. No, man, I go over to the service and like, I still don't know why she did. So I'm like, I'm respectful sitting in the service. Apparently, her mom, her parents and stuff, she grew up Catholic. That's probably why she went witch, because she grew up extreme one way. So she decided when she was old enough to go extreme another way. Anyways, we get to the burial, we bury her, and then we walking back to our cars, and folks about to head to eat or whatever. As we walk back, I just leaned to another dude who's like younger, like kind of like me. I said, "Hey, bro." He said, "Yeah." I said, "You know what happened?" And he says, with so and so, I want to say her name. God rest her soul. I said, yeah. He said, "Oh man, she just like went to sleep. It was like something like a migraine or something, or aneurysm." That's what they said, aneurysm. And she was just like in her room all day, and then her roommates knocked on her door, and then they found her in there just like dead. I was like, huh? Like, she's 28 years old, perfectly fine health, everything like that. And they said she was complaining about having a headache like the day before, and that was it. And I'm like, yo, she won't big, she won't fat, she was regular size, 27, 28-year-old girl, bro. And I thought back to all them dang witch videos and witchcraft and her calling herself a witch. That stuff, boy, man, look, like you said, Jelani, that ain't nothing to play with, bro. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I ain't gonna lie, I guess for a little bit of time I liked them spiritual women. And
Be the fine ones. I don't blame you, my brother.
yeah, they be fine, they be freaky. But but for real though, man, crazy. The last two girls that I dated, the one that I was in a relationship for a good minute, she used to have her doing like full moon rituals where it was, but it's nothing crazy. And at the time I'm thinking, I don't know what. All you had to do is like you write off like different things that you want to release, and then on the full moon you would like go outside and then like let it burn, and then and yeah, it was supposed to be like you're releasing all these like bad spirits or thoughts or just things that you want to just let go and stuff like that. But and it was just like other little stuff that at the time I didn't really think much of until I got closer with God, and I was just like, I don't think I need to be doing all this. But the last girl, she actually had like a book on like witchcraft, and yeah, and I was just kind of like, huh, that's interesting. I was like, you be looking at that? She was like, nah, not really. I just kind of bought it. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, like all them tarot cards, and yeah, I linked with this one girl that I met on. Well, so actually it was a girl that I knew, and then I had linked with her, and then from there she took me to her homegirl crib, and I went to her homegirl crib, and they were doing tarot cards and all that stuff, and they were talking about being witches, and there's like a certain level of witchery and stuff like that. I was just like, yo, y'all doing a lot. Yeah, it was some weird stuff going on. And the crazy thing is the witch girl ended up getting her friend, because me and her friend ended up kind of like not really working out. And so yeah, her friend gave the witch girl my number, and then she just hit me up one day, was just like, hey, like, yeah, so gave me your number. You trying to link? I'm like, what? No.
I am so cool.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is a dub.
Bro,
she was trying to use you for a blood sacrifice.
Hey, I don't know, bro. Hey, that was another one. Like as I said, I went with another girl that I was kicking it with, but another example of a girl with a crazy crib, like stuff everywhere. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Y'all, like, I don't know. I just, when you see a girl that's not with her, like, space not well kept and, just dirty, it's just so just surprising, because women, I don't know, not to sound sexist or nothing, but that's just, women they supposed to have all that together. Like, you go to your homeboy crib and it's like, all right, my boy, you need to clean up. We should be holding ourselves to that same standard. But when you see a woman like that, it's like, oh, you just don't give a damn. Like,
bro, I was about to go back to 2011, boy, but hey, look, I'm a changed man, like you say, with Justin Bieber, bro.
So what you mean?
I was gonna say, I just I got a job. I was gonna say I like my woman neat. You know what I'm saying? Like I like her attire neat. Her whole outfit neat, the room neat, the house neat, the sandwich neat, like everything. You know what I'm saying? Just put together and perfectly packaged. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way I like it, bro.
You wouldn't date a hoarder?
No, definitely no. That'll be but I mean, first of all, women are amazing. They're sensational beings. I appreciate and value them so much, and that was an outdated, very very outdated, offensive thing to say. So I like to apologize to all the women. Immediately I folded. I couldn't stand on it.
What? Ain't nothing wrong with a woman making a sandwich.
All right, okay, all
right. Actually, for the audience at home, he was actually telling us before we started that that's all they're good for. This is the conversation that we were having. I didn't know he was going to bring it up on the show, but
exposing me, man.
Exposing wild joke. Nah,
real Rashad.
This is who he really is. Nah, I forget what were we just talking about. Oh yeah, I mean this picture that you got is hilarious right here. Have y'all been? I haven't read a single one of those Nicki tweets. I just kind of been avoiding them or whatever. But people making Rock Nation sound like Darth Vader, and I don't know, like they the Thanos. I don't even know the supervillain to describe how they make Jay-Z and Rock Nation sound.
Bro, you got to think, bro. Rock Nation chooses the performer of the Super Bowl. Like that's the biggest show in America. It's not the biggest show in the world, but it's the biggest show in America. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like they do have mad power. Like Beyonce is probably the most powerful. Yeah, she's not even probably. She is the most powerful black woman in music. The only person who has more power than her in music is Taylor Swift, in terms of an artist standpoint in the world. Yeah,
But I just don't think Rock Nation is like, they make them sound like a CIA type organization where they just, all the world's wrongdoings were created by, like, there's people that really think the Tory Lanez case was like an elaborate plot by Rock Nation to get this black man off the street like he's Fred Hampton or something like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I mean, I liked, a couple of his songs or whatever, but it's not, like I don't think that's what it was. No, don't get me wrong. They got the lady or whatever that was involved with the case, and I don't know what's up with that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they pulling as many strings. They pull strings in the music industry, obviously, but I just don't think they're like the Illuminati or nothing like that.
I got a couple things. First thing was,
Okay.
y'all know Essence was a couple weeks ago in New Orleans. Like in between panels, I was sitting in the little Essence GU house. I think GU stands for like, I don't know what it's called, what it stands for. But anyways, GU. And then I was sitting with these girls, and this one girl, she pulled out some Uno cards, and she's like, "You want to play?" I was like, "Well, the next panel is about to start, so I can't play, but we can talk, we could chop it up." She said, "Okay." We having a good conversation, 2 minutes, and then she stops and she goes, wait. I had to make sure you're good. She said, "Are you a member of the Saddle?" And then I was like, yeah, yeah. I'm rocking with Meg. She said, "Whew," because I just met someone, and then they was like, "Oh, free Tory," and I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not one of them." And that was literally like how they decided if they were going to continue the conversation with you or not. Another thing I want to say was there was this one girl who was she was on live one day, and I was cool with her or whatever, and she was reading like the book of birthdays. I said, "Well, what the heck is this?" She said, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. My friend got it to me." I said, "So you will read it if your friend get it? Like, that's, you crazy than the mud." And then so, anyways, I say, "Nah, that's darkness. That's demonic. That's it. I don't play with that stuff." So, man, fast forward or whatever. I'm chilling with her, and I'm playing. I played Tony. I played Karen. I played Tony Snow. And then she was like, "Oh, this your music?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, it remind me of darkness and demonic." I was like, "All right, bro. Okay, twin. All right, chill out." Tony Snow is not on no demonic. But like, you was reading the book of birthdays. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
Like,
what's the deal with that? You gotta inform me.
what's the deal with the book of birthdays?
Yeah.
So it's like horoscopes. Like, it's got like a moon face on the cover, and it's the book of birthdays. So it's like whatever your birthday is, it's got like a whole paragraph of like how your life is gonna go or something like that.
Oh wow. All right. So now I'm about to look this up. So I'm very curious too.
Yeah, it's like the size. It looked like the size of like a dictionary. It's like really thick and like kind of big, like a book like that.
Yeah. I've definitely dated a girl who was like super into horoscopes, but she was cool about it though. She wasn't like doing like blood rituals in her crib. You remember
that's about as far as I go. But even then, I'm still looking like, this is kind of crazy, little twin. But like, the furthest I go is a girl that be like, "Oh, Pisces and an air sign and a water sign, but they be hard." I'm like, yo, you sound so stupid right now, dog. And if any of my homegirls watching this, and y'all know who y'all are, we know we have these conversations all the time, and you feel offended, I stand on what I said, bro. It is so annoying to me every single time. "Oh, an air sign, he's stubborn, so he ain't gonna text back when he want to because he was born in March 14th. bro, what the heck is you talking about? You sound stupid. What is y'all talking about? The day you was born. It's generalized things that apply to everybody. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, giving the zodiac sign rant. But gosh, Lee, man, like, no, he ain't texting you back because he was born on October 1st. He ain't texting you back because he don't want to text you back. Have you ever thought of that? I don't know. Breaking news. The man didn't text you back because he didn't want to text you back. You was rude at the date. You was overbearing. You wanted to know where he was every single second of the day. You wanted to know. You was breathing over his back. You kept ordering food. You kept getting more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. You kept saying, "Oh, I'm a high maintenance woman." That you brought up your ex during the date. That's the reason why he ain't texting you back. It's not because he was born on October 1st at 8 a.m. That's not the reason, bro. So please stop it. Stop the shenanigans, dog.
Go ahead, Jelani.
No, see, I feel like that started off as like a horoscope rant, and then he just went like full red pill towards the end. this is our misogynistic episode right here.
Right. Nah, but you know, I definitely feel the women who think like, oh, this happened because of such and such sign and this, that, and the other. Because, you know, it's funny with me, I'm an Aries, and being an Aries doesn't get a good rep. So a lot of women that are into it, they, every time I say like I'm an Aries, they be like, oh, but I don't come off that way, you know? But, you know, and the reason I don't come off that way from what I've been told is because I'm a Cancer rising, my rising sign. You know, my Cancer is in moon, my moon sign is in Cancer, you know? But, you know, it's interesting that I think with the people who really like attribute things happening in their life because of these things, I think it's, you know, just, it's really crazy, but it gives you something to believe in. And I think, you know, I don't know. I feel if you're having to fall back on that, you're just looking for an excuse for something anyway, you know? So yeah, I agree with you, man. It is, but you know, I ain't gonna lie. I done messed with so many women who's so deep in the horoscope stuff, man. So I know my moon sign, I know I'm a Leo, like a Leo something. Yeah, it's just, I know like there's a whole little chart about everything that you got going on. And yeah, they be tapped into that. They be like, oh, you a Cancer rising. That's why you don't come off like that. So I would have never thought. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, it's crazy. What's y'all signs, bro? Because as I said, me being an Aries, bro, legit, any woman that's into astrology that figure out that I'm an Aries, they always be like, oh, really? Man, Aries are crazy. You know, Aries, man, you know, man, this, that, and the other. I be like, man, we cool. I'm cool. You know?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. I don't really, I mean, like, the only, like, I've only heard, like, one stereotype about us, and that's, like, the freaky man allegations or whatever. But, like, outside of that, I don't even really know. I haven't heard, like, bad things about like, you know, how a Scorpio is supposed to be or whatever.
You know who told me something about my sign? I'm a Capricorn. Taliban, bro. Tally. CEO Tally. This man told me, he said, bruh, that's why you be working so hard, bruh. I kid you not. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, because you a Capricorn, bro. All the Capricorns be working hard, bro. Another thing I heard about it was this girl, she was like, oh yeah, you stubborn. Like all Capricorns are stubborn, this and that. Like, and y'all smart Alex too. Like, what? Like, you naming basic general human traits right now, dog. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Right.
I don't know. That stuff just it definitely always revs me up. But yeah, this all started with Solange, man, and Rock Nation. Like I said, bro, I was coming down off of the conspiracy ladder and just enjoying stuff for what it was on the surface. And then dang, my last job just opened my eyes up to more stuff. And then Solange did this. And I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, I'm back in the conspiracy bag. Now I'm looking at Jay-Z when he came out at Atlanta, like, bro, what's the fire? He got the fire coming up. They came out in a little thing. The dance just came out on a thing like this. They bowing and then they doing this. Like, what does that mean? Like, what's going on? And I don't know, bro. Like, the industry scarred me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at things from the conspiracy standpoint. When Kanye West himself told me about the Illuminati, said the Illuminati in my presence and mentioned it, and mentioned how the meetings look and everything like that, I said, bro, this junk was real the whole time. I don't know. Like he said one time he sacrificed his mom. I don't know if he actually did, but I don't know, man. The industry is crazy, dog. I don't think Quavo, you know what I'm saying, obviously did that either. Just because how much pain he's carrying with that loss on day to day. But I don't know. The industry got some crazy stuff in it, bro, for sure. Hold on, I gotta take this thing off my charger.
My bad. What you finna say, Jelani?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, like what piece of jewelry, maybe like an AP or like a Rolex, like what would they have to offer me to sell my soul? Because I don't think I would. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything they could give me, but like it would have to be like an interesting offer or whatever. Because like you got to think like they people think it'll be like money or whatever. First, I don't even think it works like that where you can just be like just a regular person off the street, and if you sell your soul, now you're going to be famous the next day. Like I don't think it works like that. I think you do have to have like some level of talent. You gotta have like at least some level, and then maybe like the Illuminati meet or whatever they call it, maybe behind the scenes they just boost you to that next level. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's like I don't know if it's the way people think about it in the movies where it's a bunch of people wearing hoods sacrificing goats or something like that. I think it might just be like you see like these high ranking people at these record labels, like they probably got their own secret conglomerate going on behind the scenes as far as they do say the CIA works with the music industry, so I do think it's probably certain as far as like the music that they influence, especially on the Black community, like it probably is coordinated and stuff like that. But I don't know how it works as far as who they pick and choose to be the stars.
Well, I know they picked Sexy Red. No joke.
We did establish that. Yeah, Sexy Red is a CIA operative.
They heard Pound Town to say, "Yep, we got one."
This is what we need. This is how we can infiltrate the community right here.
Nah, yo, but yeah, I think y'all remember when Rihanna came out with Umbrella, and they was talking about how that was her initiation, how she did all those different rituals and stuff, and it's like it's a picture. It's a like at one point in the video, if you freeze it, like she's like bent back and with her hands up or whatever, and it's supposed to look like a devil. Like every shot. Can you Google that? Yeah, type in Rihanna Umbrella like devil or something like that. It'll pop up.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking for it right now.
That was like a whole genre of YouTube videos back in the day, like 09, 2010, the Illuminati era.
Imagine if they had Trap Lord Ross back there.
Trap Lord Ross would have got he would have been at the meetings. He would have did the real journalism.
Facts. Says he went to her, and
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's not. It's something different. But I'm like the fact that this happened with Umbrella. Like there's multiple stories of Umbrella being connected to evil.
Yeah, that was the one that everybody for the longest was like that was the Illuminati initiation right there.
Well, you remember what the official like Illuminati music video anthem was? That Jay-Z
and Paris.
No, not that Jay-Z onto the next one. That video,
bro.
Bro. There was so many. Like they analyzed that video. Like I said, that was like its own genre back then, where people would just make these Illuminati, and they had me shook. I was like a teenager at the time, bro. I was like, oh, I believed it. They had the
that one right there. Go back up to the top. No, yeah. But yeah, no facts. Me too, bro.
Is that from the video? Oh, that is low key a crazy scene. I ain't gonna hold you. I never really peeped it. That is yeah. I can see how some of if you feel a theorist, I can see how you can put that together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the music industry.
Yo, speaking of music industry, so you know how a couple weeks ago they came out with that R&B, like top 10 or however many people. I don't know how many people in total they did, but R&B list of top R&B artists of all time. I think it was Billboard.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And they had Beyonce at number 4. Do y'all consider Beyonce an R&B artist?
Yes, and the reason why I would say, you remember that era when like everybody started doing like EDM out of nowhere, like the like late 2010, like late 2000s, early 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the few artists that she would experiment every now and then, but for the most part, she still stayed like foundationally R&B. Like when you think of her bigger songs, for the most part, they are mostly R&B type songs. Even like Single Ladies is a club song, but it's like an R&B type club song.
Facts.
Man, Beyonce made Love on Top.
Great song.
It's just so interesting. I feel like she's kind of transcended music to a point where it's hard to. When I think R&B, I think of I don't know. I don't really I don't think of her in that category, but realistically, she is. But if we was to make a list of R&B artists, I'm gonna be thinking Chris Brown, Music Soul Child,
Jasmine Sullivan, something like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Summer Walker. My thought isn't going to come Beyonce, but
I mean, my bad, though.
No, you good. I was just saying, yeah, technically, I guess she is.
No, I was gonna say I think it's the same thing with Michael Jackson, where like Michael Jackson is foundationally an R&B artist, but like after a certain point, he did have songs like Beat It and things like that, where he expanded to other genres. Like this is once you reach a certain level, I just think if you're one of those rare like a Beyonce or a Prince or like a Michael Jackson, you do kind of become like genreless to a certain extent. Even like a Frank Ocean, like I don't know if he is, I would say R&B artist, but like I don't know if somebody will listen to. I can understand somebody saying like they don't consider him to be traditionally R&B.
Right. No, facts. Yeah, it's tough with certain artists to see them in that light once they get to a certain point. But I guess if you have to, that's why even with Stevie Wonder being number 1, I don't really think of him as R&B, but I guess technically he is.
I think of Stevie Wonder as more R&B than Michael Jackson almost, just because I feel like Michael Jackson was like, yeah, he basically was like a rock star. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, would you consider like Dirty Diana to be an R&B song or more of like a rock song?
That's tough.
But then he would also have songs like Remember the Time, and that's clearly an R&B song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like Butterflies.
The last album is an R&B album.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
Invincible's on R&B album.
He had a Jay-Z feature on a remix of Butterflies. Or not Butterflies, You Rock My World.
Jay-Z is Michael Jackson is on Girls.
Yeah, he is. He has background vocals. Yeah.
Where, the Kanye West produced one.
That's crazy.
And Kanye West said that well, you guys probably seen it, but Kanye West said that Michael Jackson said he could sing.
Oh yeah, I remember that interview. Yeah, where he said. But I was just thinking of because I saw somebody in the comments say that too. That was like he was probably talking about T-Pain, and then Kanye was just his ego stuff was just like, oh, you gotta be talking. Even though I don't even think Kanye sings on Good Life. unless he played him like a demo or something like that.
No, Kanye said he was playing his records, or he was just in the studio, and Mike was down the hall, and he came down the hall, and he came in listening to the songs, and he said, "Who's that? It sounds good." And then that's when he was like, "Can't nobody tell me nothing." Like,
Yeah,
I could sing.
we did get 808s right after that, so that makes sense.
Facts.
Did y'all like 808s when it come out, or did y'all even have like what's crazy is that I had Graduation when it came out, like, and I don't know for whatever reason, it's almost like I liked the singles from 808s, but it's almost like I skipped that whole rollout as like a teenager. I didn't listen to 808s front to back. That came out 2008. I didn't hear it front to back probably till like 2011. And I was playing My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I was playing Watch the Throne. Like, for some reason, that album, I was just kind of late on that album.
I ain't gonna lie, I was on it when it first came out.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mo.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, especially like Street Lights, RoboCop. I actually have a remix that I did that on my YouTube that is hidden, that I did a RoboCop back in like when that album came out, so 2008. But yeah,
I have to see that.
Yeah, I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all another time.
Okay, for sure.
But yeah, I was heavy on that. I was a big Kanye fan at the time, so anything he would have dropped, I was finna be on it.
But that's what's crazy is that I was a huge fan too, and I had Graduation. I just don't know what it was. Is that like, and I liked because the first single was Love Lockdown. I liked that song. I liked Heartless. That was the next single. I liked Paranoid. That was fire to me. Like, I don't know what it was. For some reason, I just kind of skipped that album. And then when My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out, like I played that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Watch the Throne.
That rollout for me, I remember, like you said, Love Lockdown was like the first single, and he performed it at the VMAs. And I don't know why, but like that song, like that performance at the VMAs just like really stuck with me. And I kind of like clinged on to it. And then Heartless was everywhere. Like you couldn't, ignore it. Like it was just it was kind of like Stronger, how Stronger was everywhere. Heartless was everywhere. You couldn't ignore it. Was it Amazing was on 808s and Heartbreak, right?
Yeah, that was one of the singles too.
Amazing was everywhere, especially when the NBA playoffs.
I was just about to say the playoffs that year. Yeah, I remember
2008 playoffs, bro, with the split faces, and the Hawks were finally in the playoffs for the first time, like in my life that I could remember. So it was like a big deal. And then Paranoid is one of my favorite Kanye songs ever. It was my favorite Kanye song ever for a long time.
I was just about to say it might be my favorite, which is it's like that. Paranoid is up there. Crack Music is up there.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a few different choices that I got for my favorite.
I used to play it on piano all the time. Paranoid. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then like I have a personal kind of like connection to the album because I remember I was listening to it on a bus one time on a band trip in middle school. I was in 8th grade. My crush was in 7th grade, and she had her like earbud and one thing, and then she like gave me her other earbud, and we listened to it like this on the bus, and I don't know, I just always remember that moment. So like every time I hear that album or think of songs from that era, I think about that moment, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing, man. Sharing headphones, man.
Man, in 2008,
it was cooler with the connected ones. Like now, it's not the same as because I definitely remember doing that on the bus, and it's crazy because this was like 15 years ago. I remember the two songs. I played. It was "Stupid Wild" by Gucci Mane, and it was another song that I forget. I think it was like Atlanta Zoo or something like that. But I remember when we got home from school or off the bus or whatever, the girl that I was listening with, I remember she posted those two songs on her Facebook that night. And I was like, oh, wow. Like I was kind of proud of myself right there. Like I just put somebody on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to, you remember, do people still poke people on Facebook? Is that still a thing?
One dude has done it to everybody on his friends list. A white boy who used to I don't know, he was in a very niche part of Atlanta underground hip hop. like where he just showed up to everything with the camera and he just took photos and stuff like that. White boy, real cool. But like he was like at like Larry League shows and that type of corner of hip hop and sub genres in Atlanta trap in like 2016, 2015, everything like that after high school. Forget his name, but he was like he literally poked everybody on his friends list last year.
Just out of nowhere, just
And then like he did a thing of he like wrote all the status about it. He was like, I just poked every single one of my friends on my friends list because I got bored.
That's a dark reality right there. I wish I could log into my old Facebook, man. I can't remember, and it bothers me so much because I know Facebook is the wild, wild west of social media.
Bro, Facebook is it. Facebook is the best, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Cause it's like the hood, like it's like
people,
yeah,
people being their real selves.
It's like people like just decided to stay in, Facebook was popping in 08 to 13. Like people on Facebook just decided to stay between 08 and 2014. Like they post like I remember when I first moved to Alabama. I moved to Alabama in 2018, bro. So, once I get into Alabama Facebook, everybody from my job and the community start adding me. These folks in 2019, 2020 are posting like fit pics in the middle of the street, but like with the stripe. Three the same picture. Like it's
like
2014.
Like we on Photo Bucket.
Deep fried. And I'm like, it's 2020. Like, I was like, bro, Facebook is different, bro. Like, they just decided to stay in 2014. And I'm like, hey, I'll rock with it. Like, just now are like they at least dressing a little different. Like from 2014. They're not dressing 2014-ish no more. And like, but in terms of like the little statuses and stuff, the jokes on Facebook is a different level. Like, if you said half of the stuff you said you seen people say on Facebook on X, they would get you out of here. You'd be the topic of the day, bro.
Facts.
But on Facebook, they just ignorant. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. Glorilla said, I don't care how famous I get, I'ma always use Facebook.
It makes sense though, because it's like I regret it because it's. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but I wish I could log in because there's people. Like I'm not gonna add somebody again. It's like let's say I make a new Facebook account. I'm not gonna add like the random person that I had in my 9th grade French class that I was friends with on my Facebook account since like 2010. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the thing about Facebook is seeing like the random people that you forgot about just pop up on your timeline or your wall. Do they still call it a wall on Facebook? Or is that right there? Is that a throwback?
Dang, I don't know if they call it a wall. Like that's a good question. Probably, I guess. I don't know, man.
Do people
people don't just be like post on my wall? Are you posting on my like? I don't see people talking like how they used to talk.
Do people still be having the fake middle names? Like it used to be like
some people, on Facebook, you stuck with the name for like at least 3 months.
Oh, for real?
In 2015, when the Hawks won 60 games, for some reason, someone was like, yo, Atlanta, change your last name to Hawks to show support for the So my name was Rashad Hawks for like 6 months in 2015. And I couldn't change it even after the Hawks got eliminated, swept by LeBron James. I couldn't change it until I had it for like 90 days.
Yeah, it used to be like somebody's like their real name would be like John Ross, but their Facebook name would be like John Get Money Shoot People Ross. Like bro, it's not even your personality. Like you're
right. It's some people on Facebook that like sent me friend requests that I didn't accept for years. And then I actually like look at their page. I'm like, bro, I've known this kid since kindergarten, but like their name on Facebook is like GTG Money Gang GM. Like, bro, who?
Right.
Glorilla, this a fire profile picture, ain't it?
She been she been you know what I'm saying? She been in her bag musically and on Instagram.
No facts.
Mo
Yeah.
was just talking about this, but before we went live too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, about Glorilla going off. Oh, she still got up her old pictures, man.
It's crazy because I remember initially it was because it was her and her other friends. That was like the first time that they really started to go viral, and then I don't know what happened, but after a while they just kind of disappeared away. And she's like a real star right now, like becoming a superstar low key.
So what happened was they all came up under Hit Kid. Hit Kid, the producer in Memphis, he put all of them together. And then that's why all of them was in the same music video together. Cause they was like, they're popping. He just got a bunch of popping female artists from the Memphis, Mississippi area. And so, and he put them together, female artists, and he put them all on one song. And then he did it again because it popped off. And then so in that, Hit Kid was just making a bunch of music for him. And one of those songs was FNF. So FNF is Hit Kid's song. That's why when her first EP came out, it was a big thing where she went on Facebook going back and forth with Hit Kid, whoop, whoop, and was like, you don't own my rights and this and that. Da, 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 da. You tried to throw me in a girl group for free. We weren't about to do no girl group for free to F. Like, it was a whole thing. And he going back and forth with her like, business is business. This my song. Da, 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 da. You ain't nothing without. Like, it was crazy. Anyways, that's how they all popped off under Hit Kid. Hit Kid wanted to sign them as a group. They didn't do it. So when they blew up, let's be more particular. When FNF blew up, it was kind of like everybody would have free reign because Hit Kid didn't have them signed. So you got free reign. Glorilla is listening out to the label. She ends up signing with CMG. Yo Gotti's a rich, happy man that he doesn't have to rap anymore because of Glorilla's success. So now in Memphis, Hit Kid is stuck with the rest of them. One of them, Eliza, went to QC. I think they dropped her. K Carbon, she signed. A lot of people like her, but like she's having a hard time popping off solo. And so was everybody else. Slime Maroney, same thing, having a hard time popping off solo and stuff like that. They still make records together. Say that again.
What was the other one? Her name was like Glaciana or something like that.
Yeah. Glaciana, yeah. Just none of them popped off solo, just the way that Glow did, because Glow just had the stuff, bro. But Glow, on top of her doing the party records, Glorilla can actually rap. Like, that's the thing that separates Glorilla and a lot of like other. Like, I remember when Glorilla fell off, right? And then Sexy Red came into play. Someone was like, you have been replaced by Sexy Red. The difference between Sexy Red and Glorilla is, like, all due respect to Sexy Red, Glorilla can rap her behind off. Like, she dumbs it down for the music and stuff. But like, I seen her freestyles. She was doing like, them radio freestyles and everything like that, where she's like rapping. So shout out to Glorilla. I think I say all that to say that's the reason why she kind of made it further than any other girl, because at the base of the music, when you can rap, it's kind of like it's over with, bro.
No, it reminds me of like when Jeezy first came out, like when he had the Boys in the Hood album, like we was with them.
Yeah.
And then like he ended up becoming, he became a legend on his own. But for a while,
should I give another example, or should I like nothing too close to home?
I feel like I know exactly. Oh yeah. That's more underground. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
You said it's no need to start a war. It's no need to start a war.
Yeah. That's more local hometown stuff right there. But it'd be like that sometimes. Though sometimes the star of the group gotta go shine on their own.
She really on Facebook, bro. Like, she really on Facebook, bro. This was like 5 days ago.
That's dope, though. I respect that.
Yeah.
I wish I saw that on account. Like,
She stayed herself, bro.
She posting like a regular person too.
Yeah.
Imagine if Beyonce was just casually like on Facebook one day.
Bro, you think that's a good question. Do y'all think Beyonce has a Facebook?
She has a I think she had like a secret like TikTok account. Both of them have, her and Jay-Z both have social media. It's just they probably got like either they got secret accounts or they use somebody. But if you listen to the music, they hear everything that happens. Like they just don't post because they got to keep that allure of being separate from the
Secretive,
people or
yeah.
whatever.
Like when Beyonce did the I'm So ATL.
Exactly, but that she probably learned that from Blue though.
Yeah, probably. But like you got to think that they go like, look at this. And I know Beyonce mom posts like a regular Facebook mom. So like I know she be texting them like constant, like Instagram reels and TikToks.
No, it's funny because Beyonce, this happened a few times. Like Beyonce's mom, she like you said, she just be showing love. So like she'll just be reposting stuff, anything that has Jay-Z and Beyonce. But sometimes she'll repost like a negative story about them because she's not really paying attention to what, you know what I'm saying. So it'll be a few times where they had to tell her to like, yeah, you got to delete that because that's you reposted the wrong thing.
I like I said, bro, like my whole perspective on this changed, and we talked about this on an early episode. I remember because you responded, Jelani, where I was on the set of Atlanta, bro. Season 1, Donald Glover ain't tweeted, ain't Instagram in about 2-3 years at this point. And we sitting in between takes, and this man sitting in like the little hair and makeup chair on the side, the director's chair, and he looking at his phone and laughing. I was just like, what could he possibly be laughing at? Like, this man ain't on no Instagram, you ain't on no TikTok, you ain't on no Twitter, you ain't on no Vine back then and stuff like that. And Jelani was like, he probably has a secret account. And then eventually he admitted it to in his interviews and stuff like that. He's like, Twitter's fun because no one knows who I am and ABC and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, like that stuff is always, I don't know, kind of mind blowing to me. Do y'all ever think like y'all had an interaction with like someone huge on like their burner?
Probably not. I don't really interact too much on my social media. Like, you know, I like some stuff here and there, you know, and I only really use Instagram. So yeah, I doubt I have, you know, so. But if I use Twitter more, probably.
I don't know if I ever had any interactions, but I will. I think that it's probably, there's been times where there's definitely been like celebrities have, I don't know if they've been confirmed, but there's been like, they'll find certain accounts on Twitter and they'll be like, yo, this is so-and-so's account. And then you'll go to the account, like let's say they say is like Chris Paul's account, and then you'll go to the account and the account name be like Chris Paul Lover 504 or something like that, and every single tweet is them arguing Chris Paul related tweets, and it's like, okay, I could kind of see why somebody might think this.
Bro, you remember Buddy Hill's account, bro?
What was it called?
They found Buddy Hill's burner account, and like you said, the whole account is literally just him responding to like Buddy Hill tweets, bro.
But the thing about it is that they'll be speaking from like first person almost, like, or like from third person. They'll be like, yeah, Buddy feels like he's not being used properly by his coach right now. It's like, if that wasn't you wouldn't be talking about that.
I watched Buddy play since last season in college many years ago. I was so surprised that somebody who came from where I come from could be so good and do all the things he could do. I was shocked and in disbelief. I instantly became a fan of his. I watched him get in the league and saw how the politics played a big role in the NBA. More than anything, I saw him revive the Kings under Dave Yeager, only for Yeager to tell him not to take certain shots. I still remember the Kings Warrior game where even KD said, "Why don't you shoot it?" I saw how they took the keys from him, but then less than a year after arriving to Sacramento and gave it to a rookie De'Aaron Fox. I was greatly disappointed because Fox was nice, but at the time, not better than Hill was.
Yeah, that's definitely that man right there.
Yo, bro,
that's
Buddy
crazy.
Hill burner is hilarious. What you was about to say, Mo?
I was saying that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Look at all these details, bro. Like, okay, to answer the question, I don't think I've interacted with the burner account. However, I've definitely read comment sections and saw like a random account just like go over the top to defend a random player. I see it a lot in sports because I be more on sports Twitter than like celebrity Twitter. Um, and like I'm like, yeah, there's a good chance that that's this said athlete or something like that. Yo, he went on a whole rant. This is crazy. Go ahead, Mo. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I ain't never interacted with no burners, but I used to play on Xbox Live with DJ Unk.
Dang, rest in peace, bro. Why you ain't say nothing when he died?
I wasn't around.
Oh man. All right, man.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Dang. So how you I told you DJ Unk died?
Oh no. Actually, no, I was around. Oh yeah, I mean I think I didn't have my phone at the time though.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dang,
Or I
bro.
just got my phone. It was something, but yeah. I think like I got my phone back probably like a couple days like after he passed.
Rest in
But
peace, DJ Unk. And full circle moment talking about Glorilla and then going back to DJ Unk because DJ Unk's last hit was Glorilla.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you on mute, Jelani.
Oh my bad, bro. I was saying, yeah, no, that is crazy. How did you? I feel like you kind of just casually just said that. Like, how did you end up playing on live with DJ On?
I used to when back in high school and on Xbox Live, I was really big into gaming. So I used to be like in clans and playing it with a lot of different people. And then so I ended up getting cool with some SODMG members. And then so from there, like I would be in like little party chats or whatever. And then eventually I end up in a party chat with DJ Unk. And then so we played like what game we used to play? I think it was like Gears of War or Call of Duty, one of those, back in the day. And yeah, it was cool. It was cool, you know. We'll be in there like just talking and stuff, and we'll be asking him like mad questions, like, oh, you know, like I don't remember what we'll be asking him, but yeah, we used to ask him questions like, oh, like, you know, what is it like, you know? And he'll just be like, man, you know, just being chill. He's like, man, I'm just like a normal person, really. But yeah, man.
Damn, rest in peace, DJ Unk. That's something you could tell your grandkids right there. I played Gears of War with the man that made Walk It Out.
No, facts. Bro, you know, back in the day, man, with on Xbox Live, the SODMG, you know, they had a clan. So, but to get in the clan, bro, it was like $100. You had to pay like $100 just to get in. But you know, you had to know somebody, you had to kind of get vetted or whatever. And so like I thought about joining, but then when I heard it was $100, I was like, boy, stop. I am not finna sit here and pay no $100 to sit here and just put SODMG at the end of my gamer tag.
You was with Agolf or Gatre?
Nah, I never played with them.
I'm trying to remember who all was in SOD. Did you play with Arab?
Nah, I played with Jabbar.
Arab and Soldier Boy.
Jabbar Days is like low key one of my favorite like Atlanta rap songs ever. That was my joint back in the day.
Bro, facts. That yes, to the day that's still one of my favorite songs.
It's a great song. It's a great song. I haven't heard that in a minute.
Bro, I was gonna say if you go to his Spotify, I think that's the only song he got on there.
That makes sense. That's a great one song to have though.
Facts. I used to want to get into. I used to hope so bad to get into a chat with Soulja Boy, bro. I never did. I just felt like I was always like that 1 degree away. But yeah, I used to. That's why I used to always play with so many SODFG people. Cause I was like, man, eventually I'm gonna get into one of these party chats with Soulja Boy, bro. I'm telling you, never did. I was sick.
That's back when Soulja was really popping too. Like this was still like peak era Soulja Boy.
Bro, for real, man.
Nah, look at the fact that this man has a picture of himself on the wall behind his picture. That's crazy.
A-Rap and Soulja Boy tell him.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I
Who's
have
the
like
other one?
I have a conspiracy theory, man. Cause ain't nobody ever heard from A-Rap like he doesn't even, he's not on like social media. I don't know. It's like literally nobody. I don't know, man. You know, I feel like Soulja Boy might
They put him in the same basement with Burberry Perry, bro.
That's crazy.
Nah, but for real, I feel like because I was looking it up one day and it's like no signs of him like at all. Like, you know, at least you know people be like, oh, I saw A-Rap, you know, randomly walking down the street or something, or you know, A-Rap, even if he's a regular person now, like he actually works here now. It's nothing about him. I don't know, man. Is that man still alive?
I mean, I was just disappointed that Soulja Boy never passed it to him like he said he was going to.
Facts.
And he said he was going to pass it to A-Rap, and he just kept the ball for himself. A-Rap was on, what song was he on? Was he on Report Card, I think? He was on Yah. That was the one he was on. So get up on my face, you doodoo head dummy.
Man.
Real hip-hop right there.
Boy, man, they wasn't there, man.
They wasn't there. I had, my first MP3 player, I got my first MP3 player like fall 2006. I probably had, if that MP3 player could fit like 30 songs, I probably had like 7 Soulja Boy songs on there.
Hey, Soulja Boy, can I?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, A-Rap, can I?
Man, that's, bro. And they was really playing that too. Like, you know what song was super fire by Soulja Boy? That Shootout was super fire.
Yeah, man. So, man, don't get me started on Soulja Boy.
The black and white music video. That was my joint.
Don't get me started on Soulja Boy, bro. Like, that's why it's like, dang, you gonna take the Trump money, bro? That's what we doing, bro. The Trump money is crazy.
Did y'all like the Juice mixtape around that time? When he got the fade, when he was Zan with that lean and all that?
I did not. I do remember not really enjoying the mixtape. It was a couple songs on there, but the whole project, nah. I wasn't really into it.
Yeah, he had that Soulja got the Juice and Zan with that lean part 1 and 2. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that Zan with that lean.
Because he had that era when he was copying off of Lil B around that time. When he was on his swag stuff.
Facts. Yeah. Thank you, Bass God.
Yeah, and then he started
copying. Title kind of crazy, ain't it, Jelani?
Pass it to A-Rap. So this is what happened to A-Rap. Wow. It's a full documentary.
You guys want to watch it? No.
No, I don't know if we got time to watch the full. What if you just woke up one day and there was like I'm not gonna lie, I would watch somebody like made like a real Soulja Boy documentary just because if he was involved in it, just because I know he saw a lot of crazy stuff behind the scenes as like a teenager. Because he got famous when he was like 16, 17.
Facts.
So I can imagine around that time, he definitely had some grown women in the industry. I guarantee you that was messing with him. I can guarantee you that it's at least one famous person that was like a grown woman on that time that gave some to Soulja Boy.
Oh, for sure.
You got to talk about, like the Chris Brown documentary, like this is the reason why I did this, put my hands on the woman and stuff like that. Like Soulja Boy got to do that. Everything. So I don't know. I think it'd be a good one.
Yo, speaking of Chris Brown, I just randomly thought about this just because you brought this up. Because in the Chris Brown documentary, I think he talked about the Rihanna situation or whatever. I remember the day after the whole thing went down or whatever. Nobody knew. Like it was just a bunch of rumors like about like what happened or why he did it. And at the time, one of the rumors was that he had or that we was like teenagers at the time. Somebody had came with a rumor that he did it because she had gave him something.
Yeah.
So yeah. That was like the rumor or whatever. So we in class or whatever. So we had this our homeroom teacher. He was one of those teachers that was like relatively young. He might have been like 30, but like he's still our teacher. It's certain stuff you shouldn't be asking this man. So one of the white kids in my class just straight up asked him. He was like, "Hey, let's say his name was like Mr. Thomas." He was like, "Hey, Mr. Thomas, if a woman gave you herpes, like would you beat her up?" And he was just like, "That's a very inappropriate question." And we just went on. I still remember him saying that to this day. That's what the discussion was the day after the Chris Brown Rihanna incident.
That's crazy.
Crazy time in society.
Yeah. It's crazy how, you know, those rumors back in the day would spread, and because social media wasn't what it is today. So it's just somebody come up with a story because they're like, why would Chris do this? She had to give him something. And then, you know, now everybody running with it.
But that was like the next day. That's the crazy part of how like we had internet, but we wasn't just sitting on MySpace all day. Like eventually you had to get up and go outside. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was kind of crazy that it spread that fast or whatever. But that was, I think a lot about like there's an alternate reality where that never happens, and he really ends up becoming like the Michael Jackson of this generation. And it's still crazy. He sells out like damn near stadiums by himself. Even with all that happening, like not stadiums, but like arenas by himself. But if he never did that, you remember he had the gum commercial?
Yeah,
like he was popping, bro.
Yeah, so look, in an alternate universe, Chris Brown becomes the biggest artist in the world, and Rihanna and him get married and become the Jay-Z and Beyonce of like R&B, or not even of R&B. They'll probably be bigger than Jay-Z and Beyonce if they would have stayed together throughout this entire time. I don't know if Rihanna would have still made all the moves that she made, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it's crazy to think he definitely would have been out of here, and they would have still been together. Because even after that, you know, she still went back to him at least, I want to say, a couple times, because they really loved each other.
Yeah, that was one of them early like internet couples. Like girls would be. I told the story about the girl that had the Chris Brown poster on her in her locker. And then when I was in middle school, and in a day, like after that happened, she ripped it down like in very dramatic fashion around that time. But yeah, no, he was. I still remember when my cousin this is when Run It first came out. I remember YouTube wasn't even YouTube. Like so, some videos like she showed me that it might be like Yahoo Music or something like that. She showed me that music video around that time, and I was like, I liked the song, but I didn't know that it was about to be what it became. Like within a few months of Run It coming out, he was instantly like all the girls in my elementary, middle school around that time was obsessed with him.
Facts.
Chris Brown coming out when we were in elementary school is crazy.
It was like fifth grade. It was like 05.
Oh, what were you saying?
No, so it was like fifth grade. That was 2005.
Yeah, fifth grade, yeah. And then Umbrella was sixth grade.
No, it was like summer before seventh grade, I think. Yeah, like right after sixth grade. Because I remember that. I just remember that whole summer because we talked about this before when the Cavs with LeBron when he went on that 25 points. Yeah, they played Umbrella and Amy Winehouse Rehab every day, like back to back that summer.
Facts. Yo, speaking of LeBron, I got a random question for y'all. So I was thinking about this the other day. Which playoff run do you think was more impressive? The 2016, so LeBron in 2016 when he came back from the 3-1, or his performance in the 2018 playoffs when he had nobody and still took that team to the finals.
Yeah, I would say 2018 just because Kevin Love was still a respectable player in 2018, but he wasn't like he wasn't like a valuable second star by that point. I mean, like if you go look at the graphics for that finals, like the stars that they were trying to pick to, because they gotta do like the promotional photos or whatever. It would be like on the Warriors side is Steph, is KD, is Clay, it's like all these legitimate stars, and then it would be like LeBron. Who was my guy who missed the? Yeah, Shumpert, J.R. Smith,
Hill.
George Hill. Yeah, like that whole team. So yeah, I would say 2018 just because he didn't have like a real second star around that time. 2016, Kyrie he wasn't. I'm not gonna give him as much credit as LeBron, but he definitely was. I'm not because come on now, we can't give him as much credit as LeBron. He was great. Don't get me wrong. You can't give him as much credit as LeBron, bro. He balled out. LeBron averaged like a triple, and I'm saying this as a Warriors fan. LeBron averaged like a triple double. Like Kyrie didn't do that, but he balled out.
Yeah, that 2018 performance, bro, is honestly the best playoff performance I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie, because just seeing every game and him just time after time making play after play, I was just like, bro, that game one, honestly, if it wasn't for J.R. Smith, I think LeBron could have won that series. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not even a big LeBron fan like that. I'm not even gonna lie. But just seeing him control that game, I was just like, yo, this man is unstoppable. Like, I still remember him playing what was it? Who was Jimmy Butler with that year? Was he still with the Bulls?
No, he was in
Minnesota
at that point. No, I think they in the playoffs there they played, I think Indiana. I think they played Toronto. And then I think they played the Celtics in the conference finals, I believe.
Okay, because I remember he played. I remember he caught a Hail Mary pass, or that might have just been just a playoff game, a regular season game. My bad. But yeah,
you're talking about the Washington one where they cut to Bradley Beal's girlfriend, who's now his wife, and then she's like,
oh yeah, when he
a full court joint, and it was a turnaround jumper off the glass.
Yes. Yeah.
Bro, Cleveland and LeBron, they just had some unreal games, bro. Like, remember when Kyrie had like 54 in San Antonio, and he was just like this, and it was just going in, and he couldn't miss. Like, they had some unrealistic games, bro.
I still don't think I get annoyed when people try to make it seem like they just assume that people really think if KD never went to the Warriors that they wasn't going to at least go back to the finals. Like, bro, that team was at bare minimum going back to the finals the next year. Though I don't like when people like it took them 7 games to lose the finals. It wasn't like they got swept. Obviously, they blew a 3-1 lead, but it still was a 73-win team without KD. Like, bro, they was. I put it like this: if they won the finals when they got older in 2022. So you don't think when they were still young back in like 2016, 2017, if KD never comes, that they're not getting at least one more ring around that time?
Facts.
That always annoyed me.
And they had like didn't they have like Harrison Barnes, right?
Yeah, like I said, they re-signed him and they stayed with him. Like he sucked in the finals, but he still was, bro. They won 73 games to them. Like,
yeah, he was decent, bro.
Exactly. He was a respectable player.
So the Warriors definitely would have won. Like, I think they would have won 2 more. Cause wasn't it like 4 years in a row with KD?
They went to the finals
every year.
5 years, from 2015 to 2019, they went 5 years in a row.
So you went to the finals 4 years in a row with KD. Without KD, they probably would have made it 4 years in a row.
Well, it
And,
went 3 because he was only there for 3 years.
oh, he's only there for 3
It's
years.
crazy, yeah, how big of a deal it was. But yeah, he was only there for three seasons.
Yeah, remember that last one when they were going for the three-peat.
Yeah. Oh, with Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What the freak? That man, DeMarcus Cousins said this unfair and then joined them. Man, a lot of y'all was moving like suckers back then. I ain't forget. They might have forgot. I ain't forget.
do you remember how
Yes.
Twitter reacted?
Who?
Do you remember how Twitter reacted when DeMarcus
Oh,
Cousins
yeah.
got signed?
It was like, this is crazy. But God took care of that. You know,
Okay, all
shout
right,
out to DeMarcus.
that's crazy. Thanking God for somebody tearing their Achilles, just nuts.
Nah. But you know what team should have been crazy? The
What?
New Orleans Pelicans, bro.
When it was
Rajon
Boogie Cousins.
Rondo, Drew Holiday, and the Twin Towers. Oh my gosh.
Oh, if he doesn't get hurt, I think they would have been crazy.
That team, bro. That
Facts.
team's crazy.
Yo, speaking of crazy duos, y'all saw Meg and Klay Thompson together?
Oh man.
Bro, that shit hurt my heart, dog. I
I
seen it.
was in a good mood, Mo. I was in a good mood.
And that's a shooting guard from my favorite team, and he's helped my team win multiple championships. Grateful for him, but yeah, I don't hate on any other man, but like there was part of me in my system that like a 5% part of me that wanted to hate on him a little bit right there.
The craziest part is I wasn't even hating on him that much. It was just like, oh dang, that's crazy. He got made to stallion. That's unfair. But it didn't really hit home until I seen the video today, and that's when I was like, oh, he get to just do this whenever because that's his girl. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, when she was sitting on his lap, I was like, damn,
Man,
listen,
what?
you gotta respect it, dog. You gotta respect it, man. Lucky guy right there.
For real. Yeah.
Hey man,
Yo, what's up with Labubu?
I don't know what's. I feel like it just popped up out of nowhere. I don't even know anything about it. I didn't even know there was a doll till I saw that video.
Yeah, it's like little dolls that people be putting on like their keychains and stuff. And yeah, I guess they're mad expensive because Buddy just became a billionaire. The owner of Labubu. He's like one
Rock
of the
Nation propaganda.
That's a fact. Hey, go ahead and we need to check to see who's the investors. But for real, like the Labubu thing just popped up out of nowhere, and I'm like, I really don't. Because the first time I heard about it, bro, I saw somebody. It was talking about what girls be, like girls stuff that like girls be like hype about, you know, like hype beast girl stuff or whatever. And they was like, yeah, you know, and they got the Labubu on their keychain or whatever. And I was like, Labubu. I like, did they mean Lulu? Like, I'm thinking like, is that just like a funny way to say Lululemon or something? And then I saw the whole thing about how the Labubu CEO is now like a billionaire, and I was like, what? Like, what is going on? Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't. These little toys.
I heard Lizzo rap about him on when she did the remix to the Wham Whammy remix or whatever. I think she had a line about it. That was the first time I probably heard about it. But yeah, I didn't even know. It reminds me of them. I feel like there used to be more of these. It's not so much, but they used to be like these random toys that would go viral. This is more so like when toy stores were popular, like the little I know you remember like the little robot dogs when we was kids.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what.
Yeah. Like those was viral for a little bit. The Tamagotchis, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that stuff usually, it usually has like a short shelf life. It only be like it's usually only like maybe a 2 or 3 year run where they're super popular like that, if that.
Yeah, they are kind of cool though. I ain't gonna lie. Like now that I'm actually seeing them.
It's kind of like the Funko Pops, but they've been popping for a minute now.
Yeah, facts.
It reminds me of the Stanley Cup fade phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, people was getting locked up for stealing those.
I was like, bro, like, what's? It's a cup. So, oh, it's a Stanley Cup. I want a Stanley Cup for Christmas.
I might have asked y'all this before. Did y'all try the Popeye sandwich when it first hit the streets in 2019?
I tried it, not the first few weeks, because I was like, I'm not gonna wait no long line. But I eventually got to it probably after about like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, I remember me and my homegirl just being high one day and was like, this might have been maybe a week or two before it really got crazy, but we was just like, you just want to go to Popeyes and try it. And yeah, it's not the same. Like the version of the sandwich that they got now, it's not the same for what they ran out with like the original batch. It was something in the water with that chicken. I don't know what it was. But that was a great chicken sandwich. And I don't even like toppings like that. So I had mine like plain with just some barbecue sauce. But it was different than what the new Popeyes chicken is.
Pause, but it was juicy.
No, it's a fact.
Have y'all had the new wraps?
Nah, I'm vegetarian.
Oh yeah.
The McDonald's snack wrap?
You know, Popeye got a snack wrap now too.
Oh, I think I might have seen that. I'm not really like a big fan of the chicken wraps like that, but I haven't tried it. I do. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like I'm kind of disgusted with myself. I do like Popeye's wings, and I'm kind of ashamed because I shouldn't be eating them. Like they mess my stomach up every time, but I do enjoy them.
Bro, them Popeye wings be hidden, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They got that little bit of heat in there on the actual skin and stuff. Yeah, them things be hidden, bro.
But it'll wake you up at like 3 a.m. and have your stomach feeling crazy. I've definitely had that happen before.
Facts. Hey, you need to download the app. I don't know if you got the app. Download the app. You can get buy one. I think it's like a 6-piece. Like buy one 6-piece and get another one for free for like $6.
Yeah, they be doing that on Uber Eats sometimes too. That's what be catching me slipping because I literally have a Popeyes like, you know where Belmead is. It's literally like right here. Like it's
right
in production. We should probably bleep that street name out, but yeah, it's like right up the corner. So
now, yeah, bro, when they built that Popeyes over there, I was like, dang. After I moved, that's crazy. I would have loved the Popeyes over there when I used to live over there, man.
This is some real local content, but we 2 hours in, so I don't care. There's definitely, me and my mom was talking about this. Like, there's starting to be white people in areas of Cobb that there were never white people. But like, I saw a white man jogging down Booth Road the other day with his shirt off, just casually, just like, that wouldn't have been a thing like 10, 15. Like, that wouldn't have even, not to even make it sound like Booth Road is like the trenches, but it was trench enough that wasn't like, no, bro, that wasn't even a desirable location for a white person to even live at one point.
Bro, in fact, I knew no white people over there, bro. Like, you know, I live right around the corner from that. Like, when I used to ride my bus home, it wasn't no white people over there. Like, that's like Franklin, bro. You know, when we was in like high school, bro, you going to a war zone to go to Franklin.
Yeah.
Now they done cleaned it up because they got the park over there.
Atlanta United.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I used to stay over there, man, and it was just so crazy living over there. I was like, man, this is just not the same. I mean, that's a good thing, you know, but yeah, it's just not the same. Yo, Jelani, you be ever going to those clubs like Tiger and all that?
I have not been to any club in Marietta. I remember, is that in Marietta or is that in Cobb?
Yeah, it's right there off of Franklin.
No, I never been over there. Is it fire though?
I never been to Tiger. There's, I don't even know if it's still over there for real, but there's like this Hispanic club that's right next to it. I done went to a couple times. Had a few young ladies that I went over there with, and that was cool. But like, it be packed over there though. I ain't gonna lie. And they got a little hookah lounge on the back end as well, and it'd be decent. You know, ain't like it's like it ain't nothing crazy. You know, they be having like live performances and stuff. So I know a couple people that been performed over there a few times.
I remember they used to what was I finna say? Oh yeah. No, they used to be like a few different It's not so much now. There used to be a club by Natty's, like the Jamaican restaurant over there. I don't know if this exists, but there used to be a club that was like right by there. But they not a club. They used to stay like a late like that, like a bar at one point in time. But I think after a certain point, it was just like, bro, you can't do something like this in Marietta. But it's just not the Marietta Square now. Don't get me wrong. They starting to actually like Marietta Square is starting to become like a real like legitimate spot. You know what I'm saying? As far as people hanging out.
No, facts. They got what is that, like McCracken's or something? That little Irish little bar, and then they got Black House and stuff over there.
Yeah, they're kind of live. And then with the Battery, of course, like we got that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Battery be lit, you know. And they got so many different vibes in the Battery too. They just ain't got no real hip hop vibes over
I
there.
was just about to say it ain't our type of vibe though. It ain't. They'll have like a DJ play like a random rap song from like 2001 and then go right back to country.
Bruh, facts. But you know they got that little Hispanic club over there too.
What's it called?
Man, I do not know.
Look that up.
But yeah, like if you over there, it's like where I think Sport and Social is. It's like right across from there. I think it's like right next to Antica, that little pizza shop over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't been there in a few years, but I definitely had a run when they first opened. Like the first couple years, I definitely used to be down there a lot. But I feel like now it's more. I feel like it's more of a thing now. Like as far as people going, like
yeah.
They have the All-Star game there right now. I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, they just had the home run derby and stuff.
Yeah,
I heard it's lit down there.
I might go before work tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow night, but I might just go just to see what's going on.
Yeah, they had the MLB draft. It started on Sunday night, and in between the picks, they had Jessica Mendoza reporting like live, like introducing her packages of like interviewing the prospects, and she was doing her stand-ups in front of Yard House, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah, them lemon pepper chicken tenders from Zaxby's, they kind of hit.
I need to get those a try. I remember I used to I feel like they charge extra for it now, but like I know Zaxby's, it used to be standard where you could just tell them like I want it dipped in this sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably got to pay extra for that now. Zaxby's was never the same. They brought them back, but like after they got rid of the milkshakes the first time, it was never the same. It was like a step down in quality after that. I noticed.
They done took the mushrooms off the menu. I'm like, dang.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Used to have the mushrooms on the menu, man. Took that off the menu. I'm like, dang, I can't get nothing but fries and toast.
I used to be like fake, not really jealous of you, but like in a joking way. I used to be jealous of you in high school because you used to get the half days and then you could go to work and leave school.
Bro,
like,
senior year, I ain't do nothing, bro.
Bro, I used to be there all day. I was like, dog, I'm not trying to be here right now. Like,
bro, I just be driving, bro. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. I was barely in school, man. We barely went to advisement. I remember one time I went to advisement and she was like, "Oh, okay, nice to see y'all. You haven't been to advisement in a month." But yeah, I mean, my first class is, 2A or 2B. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it's an extra 20 minutes to like leave the house and get ready and stuff like that. I'm gonna take that extra 20 minutes.
Hey, Jelani, you went to Marietta all 4 years?
I went to Wheeler my freshman year, and then I went to Marietta the last 3 years.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because man, I think like with me and Rashad, we was in advisement together all 4 years, and yeah, it felt like we had like because Miss Lyons got pregnant, we probably had like 4 different advisement teachers.
Bro, when she got pregnant, they kicked us out, and then like we went to like Miss Moody, we went to this like nurse teacher for a year.
The nurse teacher, oh man, yeah, she was crazy, bro. Oh man, what Van Zant?
Yeah, bro, Miss Van Zant, bro. That's where we met Sammy, bro. Hey, rest in peace, Sammy, bro.
Oh, yeah, R.P. Sammy, man.
R.P. Sammy, man. This man, Sammy, bro. Hey, look, Jelani. This man said, because he always talking about his old high school. He said, "Yeah, Cocoa Beach, we was #1 football team. Ain't never lost. This and that. I'm the star player, everything like that." So he said, "Okay, bet." So we looked it up. They were the #1 team. They were undefeated for like the last 3 seasons. But we said, "Oh, what number was you?" And he said 45. He said, "Oh no, I'm not on the roster online because of my grades."
That used to be how again.
Bro, we ran through the whole roster on the smart board. It's on the projector in the advisement on the smart board. We going through the.
Bruh, the funniest thing, he used to always talk about, like, we used to be like, bruh, like, you can't hit no push-ups. Like, he always talk about, like, he's super athletic. So it was like, bruh, just hit like one push-up, bruh. Bruh, I ain't hitting no push-up for free, bruh. And bruh, that was like the whole year we went through this, bruh. This man ain't never hit a push-up.
The funniest part, we had Draven in our advisement that year, bruh. And Draven, hilarious, bruh. Draven walk in, he said, "Man, Sammy, you ain't gonna do no push-up."
Right. But yeah, yo,
That was the funniest stuff ever, bruh.
yeah,
And he really didn't do a push-up all year. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, Buddy ended up like we say RP because he passed away, I think was either the next year or senior. No, he's senior year.
Oh, I just remember what. Yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah, that was horrible. I just remember what you're talking about. Yeah, that was wow. Wow, I forgot about that. That's terrible.
Yeah, man. But yo, I remember in Miss Vincent class, bro. One time I'll never forget. We were watching. We used to watch ESPN in the mornings, so we'd be sitting there watching Sports Center. So it was something like some crazy highlight where LeBron did some. I think it was like D-Wade threw LeBron like some crazy alley or something. And I remember thinking like, I was like, bro, I gotta watch this. So we in the middle of watching it, but then as that particular highlight is on, they're doing like the national anthem or something. Bro, literally, the highlight was coming up. D-Wade threw it up, bro. You see LeBron going up to grab it, and she turned off the TV. Bro, I got so mad. Like, yo, because it threw me off. Because, imagine you just sitting there watching it, and then next thing you know, the TV just cut off. And I remember I was like, what the fuck? Yo, and yeah, she got so because of that, I got in trouble. So I had to come. So I didn't get written up and stuff. I had to come and like I think I had to clean her classroom or something every day for like a month or something, bro. It was something crazy.
I was surprised you got written up.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, because she was gonna write me up. I was probably going like the way she was gonna put it, like the way she told me, she was like, yeah, you're gonna get suspended if I write this up. So it's either that or or you just come in and clean or something like that. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll come in and clean. So you had to do that every day, bro. I was so sick. Bruh. She tried to she talked about she was gonna get me arrested one time because I think I was like, I'm not gonna stand for the moment of silence or something like that, bro.
I remember that, bro.
Bruh, I was so
bro, like every time we do these stories about like high school, I just think like how crazy I was back then. And like I'm like, bro, by the grace of God, bro, like we was on some stupid stuff, dog.
Yeah. Hey, but shout out Miss Van Zandt. She did that big old breakfast platter, bro. That was probably the greatest like homemade breakfast I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like you remember when she did that big old platter?
I remember that, but I remember the most of all the PSAT, and I didn't know what in the world we was doing, and we had to take the PSAT, and it was like random, like I didn't even know we were taking it. I just walked in one day. And the desk were in like standardized test order. I said, hold on, what's going on? They said, are we taking the PSAT? I said, what? They said, oh yeah, it don't count towards your so-and-so. Da, da, da. I said, oh, okay, all right. Boy, I don't even know what I did on that thing. I think I just
yeah, man.
That's what I remember from her advisement the most. And that was like I think the first time we had Ashley McCleskey and J-Mac in our advisement.
Oh yeah. Nah, J-Mac J Mac was in advisement with us when we was in
His Lions.
yeah.
First time around?
Yeah, because so J Mac's dad and my dad, turns out like me and J Mac used to we used to live in Maryland by each other. And then our dads was in the military together. And then I went to go play at his house one time. And I remember playing over there and like kicking it with him, but I just never really knew like who he was. That was like when I was like 5. And then we was in high school one day and then we was just talking. And then we end up having one of those crazy moments of
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you used to live in Maryland. Yo, you like what's your dad's name? And I was like, yo, your dad named Mac. It was like, yeah. And I remember I called my dad that night. I was like, yeah, like, Mac's son, is in my advisement.
Hey, rest in peace, Miss Bowie as well, bro.
Yeah, RP, man. RP.
Rest in peace, Leticia.
I literally was just thinking about because I'm trying to remember. This is like a morbid ass thought, but I definitely was trying to think of because somebody had posted on Facebook it was like a post about kids that passed away when you were like teenagers or whatever. I was trying to think who did pass away. I remember there was a kid who was he got shot when we were in high school. He was a Mexican kid. I remember him and his girlfriend used to be booed up in the hallway in the morning time or whatever. But I remember him getting that was the one that I remember. But until you just brought that story up, I didn't even think about that. Well, of course, obviously, rest in peace, Jordan Davis. I remember that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think about
Andy Messina. Rest in peace, Andy Messina.
I think was he banned or something like that? Right?
He wasn't you know how we had band groupies, rest in peace, respect to brother. But it was a couple of people who weren't in band, but they were kind of weirder kids, and they just always just hung around band but weren't in band. He was one of them.
Yeah, fortunately we lost a few, but fortunately we didn't. Thinking about how big our school was, considering it was how many people was our school? 2,000 or something like that.
I lost 5 people I knew by the time I graduated in Marietta, and I was like, dang, that's kind of a lot. I felt like I kind of grew numb to it by the time I was finished high school.
Who's the 5?
You go. If you want to count Miss Bowie, does Miss Bowie count?
Yeah, I guess technically.
Okay, Miss Bowie, Leticia, Sammy, Andy Messina, and then shoot. I could go. It's another teacher I lost. I could go there. I could go. But that's 4 off top that I could go off top. It's at least one more. I can't think of them right now, though. Rest in peace to whoever it is.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I'm like, we had a lot of same people since 6th grade. So I was like, who?
But you ain't expect me to rattle off that 4 so quick.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, it's
It's more than you know.
Yeah, nah.
Have we lost from our graduating class? Have we lost people since we graduated? I know from 2014 we have, but I don't know from 2013. I don't know who.
Yeah, mad people. They had them up at the reunion.
I don't.
Had a table of them.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was though. Oh, Teodric.
Oh yeah, Teodric. Yeah, rest in peace.
Bro, that one's. Bro, I was actually just thinking about that the other day, bro. Bro, Teodric was one of the most athletic people I ever met in my life, bro. That man he for sure could have. I don't know if went to the league, but he could have went D1 for sure. He would have stayed locked in. And I thought about that, and then I was like, wait, hold on, Teodric isn't alive. I was like, that's crazy, man. I literally thought about that the other day. That's one person I could think of off top.
Sierra.
RP Sierra.
Oh, I didn't. So I didn't know. I knew one of the twins had. I didn't know what had happened, or we can talk about that off. But I didn't. I remember seeing somebody post that one of the twins had passed away, but I didn't know what had happened or whatever. But
speaking of the twins, I think both the twins, the dudes with the afros.
Oh yeah, they both.
They both died. Yeah.
What happened?
One passed, and then the other one,
transition.
Well, yeah, he took his own life.
Yeah. Oh wow, this got dark. I didn't. I was yeah.
All right, another edition of 1 a.m. pod.
Man, that's crazy.
Yo, and then last one, bro. One that really, really threw me off. It's just super random. RIP Mark Blevins, bro. You remember Mark Blevins? Yeah. He passed in like 2014, bro.
I remember that, but I forgot. Mark Blevins is dead, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, no. But I remember that. I remember you telling me that and me like being like, oh, but what the freak?
Yeah.
Bro, Mark Blevins dead, bro.
Brad, like Mark Blevins, so Jelani, he was in band. He was probably 2 years older than us?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 2 years older than us. He played saxophone. And so I really had to like, for me, it really hurt because he was like really somebody that I looked up to in band. Him playing saxophone, I played saxophone, and I just his style work because he just didn't care, bro.
He didn't care. He was like a bad kid, bro, but he was good at playing saxophone. Like he was talented.
Yeah, super talented. So it's just, but he just, super, super cool guy, man. And yeah, that was my guy. And then just so randomly, I was back in like 2014, 2015. I don't know, I just thought about him. I was like, man, how's, Mark Blevins doing? And yeah, I went to his page and I saw that he wasn't alive. And I was like, bro, what? It's one of those things you just randomly see. Yo, it's another, okay, all right, we can, so yeah, those ones where you didn't hear about it when it happened, but then you just see about it later, man. So my ex, bro, her cousin that I was cool with that lived here in Georgia, and it was her only family that was in Georgia. And so like I went over to her house, but she was like older, like in her 40s or whatever. And she always used to tell me about how, her cousin had some disease or whatever. So she always had to be like really careful. And, there's been a couple like, scares and stuff like that. And so randomly about like 2 months ago, I get Facebook be sending you those notifications. And so one of the notifications that I got that was like for a friend, like, to add somebody as a friend, was my ex's mom. So I was like, what? I was like, shout out Miss Linda. I was like, let's see what Miss Linda been up to, because I liked her mom, So I went to her page, and then the first thing I saw was like, yeah, it was like, yeah, my heavenly niece's first, birthday, not here. And I was like, wait, what? Like, and it just threw me off, bro. It just made me like super, because I knew her, and like I really liked her. Her husband, her family just in general was really nice. And even though me and old girl are not together no more, but it's just, we were together for a long time though. So, I was like, I don't know, it just really threw me off, man. So those ones where you don't have no clue and you just find out about it like a year or so later. I think I was like 2 years. I think it happened like 2 years ago. And yeah, it was just like one of those like, dang, man. It was like, I wish I could give condolences, but we're not in that place to where I can do that.
Yeah, I know. Jelani isn't on Facebook right now, but for you, Mo, do you ever see like people who pass away and then it's their birthday, and then a large amount of people will be like, "Happy birthday," and I'm like, "Oh, you don't even know." Like,
not really. 'Cause I don't be on Facebook like that. So, I'll be on there like randomly, like just if I go in there, it's like with a purpose usually,
yeah.
But yeah.
They did that to my old college classmate that I was talking about earlier, and then they did that to my uncle this year. And they was like real enthusiastic with the exclamation marks. And I was like, I'm so sorry. So sorry, man.
Yeah, man.
What an episode. This took a dark turn unintentionally.
Yo, I seen this clip, bro. I don't know if y'all seen it of the little kid, bro. like there was like his mom got pregnant, and he was like, "Your mom got pregnant, yay! Aren't you happy?" And then like the little boy, he ran to her and hugged her, and he said, "Let's hope this one doesn't die."
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yo, yeah, okay, we should end the pod on that. Yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. Yeah, like yo, hey man, RP to all the fallen soldiers out there, man.
No, for real. Rest in peace to all the people that we lost as teenagers and things like that.
Yeah, RP, man. So I guess I'll go ahead and kick it off. You can find me on X.
There's no other way to do it.
Yeah, you can find me on X at Monos _ find me on Instagram, RBMo ____, or find me on TikTok at Rubberband Mo. I ain't got nothing on there, but hey, if you want to follow me, go ahead.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter _Jelani 2 underscores. On TikTok, the.1am.podcast. Yeah, man.
Bro, this man said, "RIP all our fallen soldiers." So you can follow me on X.
Smooth transition.
Hey, bro. Hey, another edition of 1 a.m. pod, man. If you made it this far, 2.5 hours in, bro, including a half an hour long discussion about the people we lost as teenagers, we appreciate you so much, man. We'll see y'all next week. Until next time, peace.
Chicks on your APs, looking like Weez. Haven't seen